So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and show a few different surveys that we gave on student perceptions. This was the first time that we actually gave or taught 520 using this new approach. This was last fall. And a couple of things that we want to, this was given by or done by institutional research. A couple of things I'd like to just focus on are that we gave this survey to MATHSway students, and then we gave the survey to non-MATHSway students. Okay, and there were 227 or so MATHSway, 210 or so non-MATHSway. And if you look at the mean of the out of 5, what their answers were. Mathematics is an interconnected web of concepts and ideas. Mathematics is applicable to me. The only one that was below 4, by the way. I felt this course was valuable, 4.35. I am confident I will pass the next math course. Confidence. Now if you take a look at these, 4.24, 3.99, 4.35, it's a little tough to do both of these at the same time, but you'll notice that the MATHSway approach was higher in mean than every one of the non-MATHSways. Every one. Okay, the mean score was higher in every one of them. When we actually look at some of the responses, let's look at some of the top responses from the MATHSway students. By the end of the semester, this was the second to last day before the final. Strive to understand mathematical concepts. Focus on understanding why, not just how. Okay? Apply new strategies acquired. Apply mathematical concepts, seek additional help, practice math. I have another one with some highlighted ones. The ones in the non-MATHSway were, in my opinion, generic. I'm going to attend class regularly. Nice. I'm going to complete homework assignments regularly. Great. Take adequate notes. Great. All the things that we've been doing for 60 years that don't work. Right? If we go back to this other survey, though, I've highlighted a few. I do want to say, not every student buys into this because it is different. This is different than the way that most of these students have learned for their entire life. Yet these students are in pre-algebra as college students, straight out of high school. Right? So obviously if they're in pre-algebra straight out of high school, the way that they've been learning their whole life hasn't worked for them. Right? They've taken Algebra 2, they've taken some pre-calc. I'm teaching somebody in Math 410 that took calculus, right? In beginning algebra now. Right? So something has failed them, and that's why we want to show you these surveys. Not everybody, like I said, not everybody buys in, but this was these were the responses that I went through, and I just highlighted a few that I wanted to talk about. How, if at all, has this class changed your attitude, perceptions, and/or approach to learning? I still feel it's challenging and overwhelming, but I've learned that if you keep trying, you will eventually get it down. That's a growth mindset, right? We've taught them this growth mindset. Let me increase the size here. I feel like instead of telling us this is the answer because that's the rule, someone's showing me the reason why it's the rule. It's making math easier and fun. I've enjoyed learning this way. It's been nice to know the why we do it this way instead of just doing it this way. The class is designed differently than the first 2 times that I took Math 520. The first 2 times. I actually look forward to Math 520 every week. This class has changed my perception of math. I used to feel as if math was more of I have to now I want to help my son because he says the way I'm able to explain it to him is better than what he learns in class, in elementary school. This class has changed how I study for math and how I look at challenging classes. It's changed my attitude by not making me think that I suck at math. That's such a huge one, right? Because this is what they felt for their entire life. I love this so much better. It helps me know why you do things instead of being told that that's the way it is. Very helpful. Hope more math classes are like this one in the future for me. And that's why we're creating this for the entire sequence. Alex is awesome. I can go as slow as I need. Explanations are simple. My approach to learning math is to pace myself when I understand the material. It's opened my mind to seek different ways to think about a problem. By working in groups with other people, it shows me that I am not in this alone. Certain topics that I may struggle with, others are struggling with as well. My professor is so happy to help, and because of this, it makes this very early math class enjoyable, which is another reason why we need to be engaged. We need to be the ones that are happy and in tune. I may never have a strong love for math, but I can see myself learning to appreciate it, and and that's fine. We don't want everybody to be mathematicians, we just want them to appreciate it for what it is. This class is the best math class I've ever taken. I now have a growth mindset, not just in math, but my whole life. I now know and believe that math is not for smart people, but those who try hard. I am grateful to those who took time and spent energy to develop this approach. This is what we're seeing. This is what the students are seeing. This isn't just some hokey crap that we're coming up with as faculty here. This has benefits, right? And the students are recognizing that you're not just a math person or not a math person. Everybody can be a math person, just like anybody can be a musician. Yeah, some people like it more. Some people may be more talented, but it doesn't mean that I can't learn guitar just because I haven't been a mathematician since I was young. Right? And it's the same thing with mathematics. And that's what we need to get through to them. Okay, this is all about community building, teaching growth mindset. It's about learning about each other, talking about, kind of creating some of the, we don't even go over the syllabus that first day. So we provide the syllabus to them online oftentimes, a lot of us will. I don't personally even make paper copies of my syllabus anymore. It's all available online. We give them a website for that. And it's their responsibility to do that, and then we talk about that the second day. And so I'm going to go to an activity right here with your iPads. If you go to bit.ly/whatismath? Okay. Check this one. I'd like you to use one word that describes each statement that you see. All right, so when you go to this form, you'll see what the actual questions are. And when you click on responses, you can actually look individually, or you could just look at the summary. And there's a lot that popped up numerous times, right? Interesting, beautiful, challenging, logical, order, quantity, structure, useful. You must be mathematicians. Now let's look at our students. Boring, cumbersome, hell, ugh, how sad. Painful, suck, consuming. Okay, 11, it looks like it might be else. So when we go up here, what you can actually do is you can download an Excel sheet or an Excel spreadsheet here. And it'll show all of the different all of the different words that were used here. So what we actually do in our class is, I personally have my students come up I'll increase the font, I'll create a Word document. Sometimes I'll have them do that just so I can see it. Sometimes if you don't pull up the Google form, you can do it that way. So in the past, before we had the form, I would just have my students come up and type in their words so that everybody can see what they're typing as they go, and we can see these students' experiences. Well, you can take all of these words here, just highlight all of them, okay, and copy them. And create a word cloud. Again, a link is available on our Google Drive for you to be able to do this. You don't do this during class, you could create this after class and show the next day. But when you go to wordclouds.com, what it allows you to do is create, if you've never seen one, go over here to, a little slow here, go over here to Wizard, and it allows you to put in all the words that you have. So you could type or paste the text. When you go and type or paste the text, you could hit Control-V, and there they are. And when you apply that, it creates a word cloud. Okay? And you can create whatever structure you feel like. But the larger the word, the more times the student actually used that. So this is a nice one because you guys like math. So that's why you see logic, useful, beautiful, challenging. Okay? You can, and the great thing about word clouds is that you can actually make them really nice. You can change the theme, you can change the colors, you can change the font, you can change the shape. So if we were to change the shape to, say, a rectangle, okay, it'll put it all on a nice little structure here. Fun pops up, right? Nice and big, okay? When you go up here, though, what you'll also notice is that if you want to make it larger or smaller, okay, you'll see right up here, 4 words are not drawn. So sometimes you'll have to just play around with this by dragging this until you see 2 words not drawn, okay? A little bit more. 1 word not drawn. Just keep dragging a little bit. 2 words, it just takes a little time until it finally draws all the words. And there we go. And the word that wasn't showing up was beautiful. So many of you named it or said beautiful, right? So that's why. So when you do this, I like to project this the next day, especially on Google Forms. They don't know what anybody answered. You could just do this the first day and then show this the second day and say, look at your experiences. And you can talk about this. Why do you think that this is so hard? What is it that makes you think that this is hell? Okay? Well, the nice part about it too is that when you can do this as well on the last day. So we do this on day 1 and we also do it on day 32 or whatever. Okay? And I'm going to show you my word cloud from a couple of years ago, or a couple of semesters ago. The one on the left is first day. Right? You see it's complicated, difficult, stressful, hard, challenge. Yeah, you might see a couple in here. Rewarding. Right? Tiny. Whatever. Amazing. Tiny. Right? First day. But going through this structure, going through this methodology, look at what they showed here now. Somebody said challenging earlier, right here. And then all of a sudden, challenging became the most important or the most descriptive word. And I don't see that as a negative thing. Many of you said challenging, and I think that's great. It is challenging. But look at what else they felt. It's fun now. We've made it fun through this structure. It's rewarding. They actually get something out of it. It's interesting. It's useful. It's beneficial. The biggest words are quality words. And yeah, you're going to see a couple of tiny little words in here. Struggle. Repetitious. Hard. Stressful. Okay? Capitalized, by the way. Capitalized stressful. It's still stressful to some, but look how small that word got. This is what's so beautiful about this MATHSway approach.